So, hello everyone, and welcome back. Welcome again. So, it is my pleasure today to introduce to you Noemi Piazzesi. Um, Noemi began her medicine wheel journey with me a few years ago. Of course, that's not the beginning of her journey, as she's going to tell us. Um, and actually, it was a very interesting and challenging time to begin to do the medicine wheel, as we'll kind of hear, because we had to start in a little window of kind of opportunity created during the COVID lockdowns. Um, and although I live in the UK, um, and Noemi's originally from Italy, we met in Athens in Greece for a medicine wheel group there. And it sometimes seems like a coincidence of where and when people come together, but there can be a lot of other things bringing people together. And from what I remember, we had a very powerful, very dynamic, and in a way, because we were enclosed, a very close and kind of tight group. So, anyway, good morning, Noemi. And it's lovely to catch up with you. As we were saying before we started the call, it's just nice to catch up and have a chat too and see where you are. Um, You'd like to say something to the camera, to the people about yourself, to introduce yourself, who you are, where you're from, what you do, what you like, what you don't do, what you don't like.
No, it's a pleasure to be able to share this because it is powerful and what happened like all the meeting with the woman. I remember it was very powerful, and I think as I get inspired by others, I like to be able to be the inspiration maybe for somebody, like, or to be like that I had that I have with others, no, to be able to give and receive. So it's like a real pleasure to have the conversation right now with you, Joe. And it's always amazing because we're always smiling. It's always such nice energy. Um, and for me, the moment when I was doing the medicine wheel, I remember that was random in a way because I didn't expect it at all. I didn't look for it. A person that I met that I didn't know very well introduced me to this group of Facebook where there was your post that you were going to be in a cafe from this time to this time, and whoever wanted to hear about shamanism can come and join. And I was like, this is amazing because it had been like, I think 1 year or more that I was interested in shamanism. And I read a book from Alberto Villoldo, and I had read a book from Durek, Shaman Durek, and I was asking myself, like, what does it really mean to be a shaman?
Mm.
Um, very actively. And I was in France, so I didn't live in Athens yet. And a few months later, I'm in Athens, and all of this happened, and then I see this post, and I'm just like, this is the answer to my prayers. It's like I can get closer to shamanism than the way I wanted. So I go to this meeting, and I remember that was super interesting, and I was internally super happy to have this conversation and to be able to have this to be able to ask this question to somebody that knows. So it was really amazing, and even more when you then mentioned that you had a training starting in December.
Mhm.
So that was like possible to happen because I was already there, and it became possible, and there was something that I was so immensely grateful because it changed my life. It made me go to some part of myself that I was afraid of going with somebody that would supervise me, like somebody that would like hold me. I felt like I was protected and held, and in that space of safety, so much happened and so much moved in me, and like it all changed, like my sense of peace, my sense of altruism, my sense of being. It all made like a bigger impact in myself. Like I can be a bigger impact if I also like share more of this. So at first I was like, I want to do that for others,
Mhm.
but I didn't know that at the same time when I did this shamanic training, I just started to like, I was healing, and that continued ongoing, and all of that happened after. It actually brought me a situation which I wasn't feeling comfortable yet to host the healing, because I was like, I'm still learning. There's still something I need to understand before I can actually be in front of somebody and be there. I can be there for you, because I had still questions. So uh, I had a dream to go to Malta. That was just like 3 weeks after the shamanic training that we handed it, like I think in mid December, and at the beginning of January, I had this dream to go to Malta. And this whole experience, it was it was very strong. I had so many meetings, and one of them, there was this woman that she was reading Akashic records. So they told me like so many things in my Akashic records, and during these few months with these healing practices and with the shamanic readings, I was even more aware that there is more and more and more. So when I kept going through life and having my meetings and following everything, my intuition and what I like, I felt like there was so many things, so many directions that the life was bringing me to, and I had some people ask me for healing sessions, and I remember at first I did at first I was doing these 3 sessions to send you the reports to have then then I think I don't know, I remember if I sent you, but I done and done these sessions, and then it was like so powerful how um like in energy, in silence, there's so much that can move inside somebody, no? And I was amazing because of seeing you doing it and seeing happening in our space in the training. It was already amazing, but then seeing like, yes, okay, I can do it. Like it was really for me, it was really like, I didn't know that was possible. That happened in me. Like it really shifted. Like, okay, so this is real. This
Yes.
is, so like really um for me then that's why it changed my life, because it really opened my vision and uh, the world entirely, how what is capable of and everything, and what are the important things as well. Because every time I talk with people about this, we talk about like self-improvement and like self-work and healing and traumas. Um, it's something that is like um, fundamental, because at the end we're all here to be like happy and light and like experience um, experience the bliss, and we all like go through these situations, and it's harder to manage situations sometimes, and having a person that is, because at the end I think like shaman is a really somebody that works
Mm.
really to keep that state, because what happened for me is that at some point I didn't keep that state. It went down. It went down because I left meditation, I left journaling, I left visualization, I stopped um, I stopped giving importance to my thoughts. I stopped giving importance to my words. And that was a moment of my dad passing away, because like I had this whole journey in Malta where I had this beautiful meetings of people, so many experiences, so much understanding of who I am, who I want to be. And then I go back home and I face that. And during this time, Anuk, I have a session with Anuk, astrology, and she tells me as well that in my chart is written that I'm meant to work with the death, with the dead people
Uh-huh.
in my medical chart. And I already was sensing presences, but I wasn't really giving a name or like or a meaning or something.
But you could sense them around you.
Something, yes, exactly. But like I was kind of like afraid of talking to them, and I also like afraid that I was making it up. Like maybe it's just my mind, you know. Um, and well, after my dad died, I couldn't really. After my dad passed away, like I felt so much grief and I felt so much human. And I went from this feeling like um, light body and light being that is here to like for the planet and like my soul, and to connect with Noemi that is here and is the daughter of Giampaolo Maria Grazia and is experiencing grief. So it really changed perspective. I really felt my humanness completely like this experience. It was really hard because I left my tools, not
Mm.
why, but I left my tools. And this made it even worse because I went like completely down. And it was still like, I mean, we meet ourselves as well when we go into the darkness. So it was still a journey, but in the moment, I was really hard to stay positive, to be the same person as before. And even people that met me, especially in Malta, because they met me after the shamanic training, so they met in such a high state of being, like we and wise and like open-minded. And then I went into this traumatic response and being like being afraid of abandonment and like so they were like I was crying a lot and they were like, Manuel, you're not the same anymore. And just I was like a completely roller coaster. I felt like like from here to here. It was crazy in just 2 years. And so then I understood. This made me understand the importance of everything I was doing before. It really made me understand how much impact has everything we do and how we start our day and how we end it. Um, what we focus on and everything. And when then like with time I stayed a bit in Italy after my dad passed away, and then I decided to move to Amsterdam, which I never was before.
So it's lovely to hear about your journey that took you from place to place. So from Athens to Malta, back into Italy, then whichever next step was there to Amsterdam. I don't know how long ago that was or where you are now. Maybe you'll tell us in a moment, but it's the journey. And I love that you're saying you want to come and complete the rest of the directions of the medicine wheel because it's a journey. And this journey, we condense and I think it makes it much more intense in terms of because it's shorter in time, a year, 18 months, sometimes 2 years for the four directions of the medicine wheel, but they would have happened over a young person's lifetime. Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, and they would have spent years walking next to their mentor, their teacher in the mountains, watching what they do before they were allowed to, to light their own fire for the fire ceremony or to actually do rather than to observe in healing ceremonies. So we do quite a lot. And I think sometimes that where people say something has shown up, it's in my way, I can't continue at the moment. These are also not just obstacles, they're opportunities because we need to integrate what we've been doing into the rest of our life. And we need to let our relationships and our family life and our friends and
Mhm.
cats and dogs and chickens that, in my case also I leave behind to go and do things. You've got to come back and rebuild and invest in the relationships and in our life because that's why we're here. We're not here to be shamans or be yogis or be this or be that. We're here to be ourselves and have our own individual journey. And the only way we learn about ourselves, one of the most powerful ways, is through the interrelationship, the interactions with others. So you go away, we have the South and the West classes of the medicine wheel, very powerful. And then you've got to integrate it into you and then
Mhm.
integrate the new version of you into your life and see how that fits.
Mhm.
So we'll play this back together, or I'll send you a copy and you can say yeah or no or whatever. But I think it's gold what you're coming with. And I love that. Not just people saying I've completed the medicine wheel and I've got this and I've got this, which isn't the voice of anyone I've spoken to any of my students, but some people just kind of get that grandeur inside them. And
Mhm.
it is such a beautiful, powerful, and kind of humbling journey, isn't it? You come face to face with yourself and all the
Yeah.
parts of ourselves that we tend not to look at because somewhere along the way we've learned or we've told ourselves or someone else has told us that part of you is just not good enough. So you have to turn it away. Don't look at that. This is what we like. This is what we achieve. Do you know? Um, so I love that you responded to your own instinct. And I guess if you're talking about moving through the medicine wheel, it might be feeling or sounding like the time to think about that now, soon, something like that.
Yes, no, I will love this course. Mhm.
And most people that I know of, they they spend part of their time offering their skills and practices as a healer, as a shaman to people, and part of their time doing the things you've said. These were the ones that got left by my meditations, my journaling, connecting with nature. The most just go for a walk in the park, in the mountains, get away from the cities, go and lean against a tree, barefoot on the earth.
Mhm.
And then the rest of our life, because we come to do so many things. Why do just one thing in your life when you can do many? So what is it that what are the other many things that you do? And where are you right now? So now is 2024 and we
Yeah,
met
or we met in 2020. 2020.
20
Yeah,
in the
yes,
autumn, yes, in the autumn or
it
20.
was 2020 because then I moved in Malta 2021.
Yeah, yes, it was definitely 20. Yeah.
2020, yes. Now I'm in Malta. I
So you're
came,
back in Malta.
yeah, I'm back in Malta. I came back 2 years ago. Not sure if I'm staying here right now. I will see. But for now I'm here. And I did I took on other trainings. Um, I received a lot of healing sessions.
Mhm.
One from you as well because I had some like lifetime 2 years ago, and I went like it's like if life made me meet the right persons before that happened. So that when it happened, I came to you, I came to Anna, I came to another woman that I know that she's doing a lot of beautiful work, and like it really you all really helped me a lot in rebalancing. I felt so blessed. I was so grateful, just like that I knew you. So because in that moment, my mind was I didn't really trust what I was thinking. So like knowing that I really know you and so I was very proud. Anyways, so um my healing journey continued by so I took on other courses for healing. Um, one of them is a womb healing.
Oh, yeah, the womb here.
So yes, like I received it first 2 years ago, and it was very powerful. I never thought I would have done it, but then I saw this training that was about womb healing with a girl that I already worked with, and I really like her. So I am thinking of joining, and yeah, make it happen. Like somehow I'm starting this training, and at the end, like I got so, like everybody has stored traumas in the womb now because we store a lot of traumas in our womb, even about past life. But during this training, really like um, I realized how much still I had to heal in my womb as well. It's still amazing because you do it as well because it's amazing to hear like womb healing. But then when you go into it's like, wow, there was so much I needed to actually do. Like, so it was a very powerful experience, that one as well. And so I've been starting to work with um, so I discovered that my pendulum response comes from Mary Magdalene. So like my guidance is from Mary Magdalene. And I started to work with goddesses or god like Kali, um, uh, Holy Mary, Hathor, and something it was something new to me. It's something that added on top. Like something I didn't like know that would like I knew it, I heard it before, but I didn't know like I was so it's so weird because sometimes we think like we're not everybody else, but we're not the one. No? But then I'm like, so like like when they told me this, it really resonated with me, and then it made me even trust my pendulum more because my problem with this work as well came with my mother and my sister because my mom she's very religious and she started to make me think I was doing something wrong by using pendulum, by using these and blah blah blah, by the shamanism and everything, and she was putting a lot of fear around it, and she was afraid like you never know what to call, no, but I knew like because I felt it and like because I experienced it, I know it was good and it made me good. But because they didn't like see me, I didn't even met them after the training because I went to Malta. So they didn't see me for more than 1 year. And then they started to put me all these things and they started to tell me I was the devil. So for me, like for a while, I started to leave it away, to leave it aside and do healing because my family would like was criticizing me a lot. Like I was becoming like a bad person in front of but without like without because they didn't really know. That's why as well they had so much fear about it, no? Because then a few months ago my mom is like, hey Noemi, you know that there is like this shaman from the Incas that is coming interested. I'm like, mom, you know that when you were telling me that I was the devil, I did the shamanic training, it's like, that was what you do. So it was really like funny how life in a way made her understand, but for me it was like, mom, like really. My mom was like, ah, okay, I didn't know. For her it was all good because it's like, okay, no, I understand, it's very nice. And I was just like, for 2 years I had so many like to overcome these judgmental thoughts. Anyways, I think that's life, I guess. So, so for a while, I also left it aside for this reason, all of it. And then I started again to do it with this womb healing. I started to realize that, like, I started to remember as well how I feel and how it is feeling really so authentic for me to be a channel, to be like there, whatever that's needed, because it can be different, of course. And um, so it brought me closer to this, and like I started to meet the persons that just broke up with their partners. So you're like, right, I do womb healing if you want. So we do a womb healing, and so I was like, well, everybody's breaking up. But it was cool to practice, and it was cool to strengthen this because I kind of lost confidence in myself in a way, and that really made me give up as well in it. But at the same time, now that I'm getting closer to it again, I'm like, no, this is what I'm meant to do. Like this is one of the things I'm meant to do. Um, and that's to like use my energy and my presence in order to release energy because now that I've learned, it's like I have to do like it's like it has to be transmitted, and it's amazing to do it. Another thing I started to and I'm still in process on because the wound healing is finished. But the what I'm doing right now is Akashic record readings, and with Akashic records readings, I'm also understanding a bit better this thing of the dead because I had a few experiences in which I was going in the underworld and all good, but as a few seconds frightened me seeing what I was able to do, where I was. But then all good. Like I made a couple of people, a few people, like a friend of mine that passed away, like father or grandmother. I made them do the passage, and that was supernatural. But still, like when I went in the underworld, because then my friend she asked me to look for her grandmother. She had passed away for a while now, so she was in the like she because when somebody's just passed away, it's easier, no, to like make the transition. But then when it stays there for some time, so many beliefs that hold them back down. Then you have to like I was like conversating, and so it was not easy because um I mean, we all have our beliefs that we carry on with it with us. So I had to conversate in a way that she would open up to light. No, she would open and to like let go to the thoughts, and it was it was a powerful experience. Like I never done that before, and that was yeah, that was strong for me to see, feel, and hear that, and yeah, it frightened me a bit, but as I said, like now, because that was 2 years ago. So now I'm doing this training, and I am planning on putting the everything together and work with energy again and see what comes, what flows through me. But it will be, I mean, I think I've been interested in so many different things that now I don't know how I'm gonna put all together, but I would like to put all together. And yeah, that will include illuminations, release of like traumatic experience of womb healing, Akashic records reading. So it's gonna be like, but I'm not sure exactly how I'm gonna do it. That's the thing because I know that I'm getting there, and I'm really excited to start. And I really feel like my energy is there, but I need to, yeah, I don't know, like create like what kind of sessions I want to do, kind of gatherings I want to do.
Yeah. So it's something that's evolving that you're creating in a way.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
one of the lovely things I like about shamanic practice, and it's kind of integral and the foundation of things, is that it offers us an alternate path, an alternate way to learn or create the future or step into something new. Um,
Mm.
usually we're used to small steps, little increments, where we take the past version, how we were with something yesterday. Um, I don't know, pick something that a lot of people do, learning to ride a car. Ride a car, drive a car. Don't ride the car, don't sit on the roof. People, if you're listening at home, you ride motorbikes, you drive cars. But we know this. And you get in the car and you think, well, I've never done this before, but I've seen other people do it. And you borrow from that, or have an idea, and you try to apply what you know from other people's experience or from your past. And the car goes forwards, maybe it stalls, it goes the way they do. And as you learn through your experience, things smooth out. But it takes time. I don't know how long. Maybe you got your driving test first time. I think you could have been a first time, you know. But women seem to be quicker at learning to drive cars than men, or at least faster than me. Took me a few years and a couple of attempts.
I don't have a driver license yet.
Oh, you don't have one yet? All right, maybe this would be useful then. Okay, so instead of following other people's process of taking one lesson each week and la 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 la, la, and you get to the end, shaman have always found value in connecting with the future and shortcutting, in a way, the journey of discovery, but connecting with the future that they desire. Whether it's the future where the whole tribe is well fed, the whole community. There was such a good hunt. They had enough food to last everyone over the winter. And this is where they would depict this in their cave paintings. But of course, shaman know that these were painted before the hunt happened as part of a dreaming, calling in the future that they wanted. So they wouldn't have to track the buffalo to find out, let's follow them and go faster than the buffalo, and then we'll catch up with them. They work out, where's the buffalo going to be? You know,
Mhm.
we can hunt them, not chase them, not spend days walking through buffalo poo to get there. And they would work out where the buffalo are going to be, and they would paint it as a dream, paint the
Mhm.
dream on the wall of the cave, and then they could communicate this to other people. This is where we need to go. Yeah, because the buffalo are here and they walk at this speed. So, and
Mhm.
we're here. So instead of going there and following them, we just go to where they're going to be. And it's the same with driving tests. Um, you download, you go to in your dream, in your way of creating what it is that you need to have. The future version of you knows exactly what you need to need to
Mhm.
know, to do whatever it is that you set your ambition for, or your intention. Um, and while this is ancient and ages old for shamans, it's all being presented in new and shiny and it's like the next new thing, let's get this. So we have things like Mind Valley. Yeah, they
Yeah.
have great channels, some great work, very inspiring. And they're doing the same stuff, just with a different rapper, a newer rapper. And they're borrowing that from Jose de Silva and the silver mind technique. I came across this many, many years ago through Dusty Miller, who was the first shaman that
Mhm.
I connected with back in my 20s. And I had he creates live wood partnerships. So where the dryad, the spirit of the tree, becomes partially resident in a piece of its branch. It takes it off and you take it with you. This is ancient stuff. How did they got into it? Anyway, he had done the silver mine technique. So there's all these other things, but they all teach us how to connect with the future version of ourselves that knows how to do what it is we feel we want to learn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Having to sit on a hard chair in university lecture theatre for 3 years. You just go to the place in the future where you are the professor and you download what you need into here. And then
Yeah.
you've already got what you need. You don't have to go searching for it.
Yeah. 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 I do that a lot when I have a new job. Like I don't know what to do. Like if I was already like doing it, what would I do?
Yeah, yeah, do it. Approach everything as though you've been doing it for years, because at some point in the future,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
doing
Mhm. And also what I love about shamanic healing as well is that by healing and like releasing the blockage, uh, like the what we attract changes, so our situation change like automatically. And I remember during the shamanic healing, during that week, it was I think 7 days, and we were like all day, from morning to evening. So my ex-boyfriend was at home, and one day after the third day, I come back home, and he looks at me. He's like, I don't know why, very calm. I don't know why, but I feel I need to leave. Like our energy were not matching anymore. He was like,
yeah,
I mean, he was like supernaturally, no fight, no anything. He was just like, I feel I need to leave. 'Cause my energy every day was coming back, was changing because we were receiving and giving healing. And And that was good. That was good because it was a toxic relationship. So that was a good thing. And it happened so naturally. It was a really unbelievable. Yeah. I was speechless in the moment. I was like, wow.
Well,
I'm
if
not
you
gonna...
left Athens, you wouldn't be where you are now.
Yes, honestly, it's amazing. And even like because before I came to Athens, I was reading this book from Alberto Villoldo and Shaman Durek, and I was asking like, what does it mean to be a shaman? I would like to know more. I would like to meet a shaman, and I was like speaking that out loud, no? And then, we had to find a job, and I had found a job in Portugal. But Portugal was closed because of COVID, and they proposed me Athens as an alternative. So we decided to go to Athens, but my starting day got postponed, only mine, for 2 weeks or a month, or I think it was a month. And I was like, how am I going to live without this money if I don't work? So I started to look for a job as a babysitter. And I did a babysitter for just a few days because at the end I started working because I complained, and they put my date back to the beginning. And so I still worked for this family for a few days, looking after their child. And after I feel like they were a very mindful person. They had no Wi-Fi at home, everything organic and everything. So very interesting persons. And nothing like we didn't stay in touch at all. I mean, like we're not talking, or I wasn't meeting them. But after a couple of months, or yeah, 1 month enough, not much. He added me to this group. He added me to this group. I didn't know there was this group of Awake Athens of Facebook. And that's, I don't remember if it was that day that you put the post or the day after, but it was so amazing because when they first moved my date of work, my ex-boyfriend, he was like, no, what if we go back to France? They're playing with us. They're changing your date, no? And I told him like, no, there must be a reason. I need to meet somebody. That's why this is happening. Like there is somebody I need to meet. And it was the case. Like I met this guy that then put me in the group, that then made me meet you. And that answered when I was in France, that I wanted to meet a shaman. So it was amazing because like I don't know how it happened, but then I was in front of a shaman, we were able to ask him like, what is it? And that was amazing, amazing, like amazing. And like wow, one of the most beautiful experience I had.
I would love to take credit for synchronizing all of that, but I just have. And where did the inspiration come? The inspiration to say to everyone, we're going to sit outside this cafe, um, um, and it was a lovely place to sit, but and then to have the gathering there. But I think the universe has a much better idea about how to organize things than I do, and certainly makes that happen. Um, so back in Malta at the moment,
Yes.
and you have shamanic healing tools, you have journeying tools, you do some psychopomp working with the spirits of the dead and Akashic records so people can understand in that way their soul's journey, what brings them here, maybe what other life karma needs to be worked through. So if they come to you, they might expect combination and the womb healing also,
Human healing, yes, which is so beautiful.
which is also,
Comes
well,
with heart as well. They're
sorry,
connected.
I spoke over you.
No, I'm sorry. No, I just wanted to add that the womb healing comes with the heart healing as well because they're connected. So it goes like in a very like nice communication between the womb and the heart.
Mm.
I think it's very powerful.
So anyone coming to you, they're not just going to get these therapies. What's in my mind is they're going to get an understanding of the relationship of the different parts of their self and their body. You know, even though men physically don't have a womb, uterus, we have the same energetic space, and so the womb healing is appropriate and useful for men, as I understand it, as well as women. And we all have a heart. You know, so if your heart connects with your womb space with your heart, It's helpful for everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, it is.
Find you and experience these things. Um, Before we started the call, I was asking you a question about power animals, you know, because people are attracted to different animals for their medicine or their energy, or sometimes just the qualities that this animal presents us with in their day-to-day life. I have a friend, and she feels an affinity with the possum. Right?
Sorry,
Possum. You know this animal, the possum? I think maybe it's only in America, but possums are supposed to be big on family. You know, the mama possum sort of looks after all of her little possums, and this is what attracted to that. If there was an animal, yeah, a kind of one of your sort of power animals that something about its qualities, its nature, the way you see it in the world, or its metaphysical or spiritual associations, or maybe you meet it in your journeys, any of these things. If there was an animal that you felt a connection with for some reason, be
I felt a connection with the animal elephant, and I never really understood why until the other day, just really this week. I read a post that was talking about the elephant and how it takes a lot of time for the elephant to be to give birth. I think it takes like a couple of years, and then I started to see a sense why. I don't know if it's like that long, but it takes longer for an elephant to give birth.
the gestation.
And I think I got this because I never really understood why elephant, but now I think because it's taking me so long to actually give birth to what I want to do. I'm like, maybe this is why I'm taking a lot of time. It's like it's like the energy, the flow of the elephant, like the slow giving birth is resonating with my rhythm.
Interesting. I was trying to, in my mind, wonder how to compare you with an elephant and failing because, but I guess I love this kind of alternate angle on it. When I think about animals, the elephant, and it takes 2 years for their creative process to manifest in the emerging of the next new generation, the next new life. And you see that within yourself. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, exactly. It makes sense. When I did, I was like, okay, then maybe that's why I'm connected to elephant.
Mm,
Mm.
that's wonderful. Thank you for sharing that, Noemi. So, if people want to contact you to inquire about healing, let's say, which might follow a combination of these therapeutic processes that work together, or might focus on one in particular. Um,
So the best would be for now, maybe email,
yep, okay,
maybe,
write
and
write that in there for them. So,
yes, and WhatsApp, and then later on we'll see.
okay, yeah, we can update that. Um, so we'll put your email address at the end of the recording, but we'll put it
That's true.
below the recording so it's easy. They can copy and paste it there.
Yeah, probably better only Gmail, yes, because I will change a phone number.
Okay, yeah, we'll put your Gmail address in. And
Mhm.
if for any reason someone can't get through on that, they can message me and I can forward it to you. Yeah,
Yes, of course.
change addresses. Good. Okay. Well, I'm excited that you want to come and do the next part of the medicine wheel. So we'll have to
Yes,
have a
yes,
together.
I'm still thinking about it. I know I would love to do that.
Yeah.
Mm, yes,
Good.
yes, I will. When I'm ready, I will ask you when is the next one.
Yeah. Um, Two of your group actually, they came and they did their North class in Ireland. Um,
No.
18 months ago, and then they did their East class there as well to complete it because that program was continuing and haven't quite made it back to Athens. since I think since your class to teach, or maybe I've been back to Athens since then, I think, but not to teach. So yeah, maybe it's not just you. Maybe there's a kind of, I don't know, like a settling process going on for that part. All different parts of the world have a different energy. Like you said, somewhere else is more possible, like Thailand, the energy different. Anyway, I want to thank you so much, Noemi, for joining me today and sharing of yourself and your journey.
Sorry.
All I can say is bless you.
Thank you.
And we're in contact anyway, so we'll catch up soon. And
Yes.
people want to contact you, they find your email address and all of these things we'll put in the writing under the video. So just,
I would like to know, yes, when I have a clearer um, contact form.
yeah, just make it straightforward. Okay. So we'll just say bye for now. And oh, just maybe I should mention this. I'm once we go through all of the videos or presented them in the new year, I'm hoping you'll come back and everyone else as well. And we're going to have like an open forum, open panel with a live call, I think, for people who got questions. Maybe some things inspired them from your video or other people's and they want to ask about it. And, you know, they can ask you directly or other things that they can't ask me. Maybe they want to know specifically about womb healing. Yeah, so you know, people.
Sure. That's really nice what you're doing. That's really cool.
I love
I
what I
really
do, you know, and it's also a nice way for me to connect with people who've been following the program and now go off and doing their own work, like yourself. And I think that if I was trying to think of the best way to advertise my work and my teaching, it's by introducing people to you and to other people who've been my students, because you're my best possible advertisement. Yeah. Not fancy pictures or poetic writing, but it's the kind of journey that you've been on yourself. So I love to recommend everyone and make it possible, make it easy for people to find you. Because there's so much stuff on the internet and things. I want you to stand out and people to know, you know, what amazing shaman and practitioner and therapist you are, and everyone who's appearing in these videos. And also, everyone a little bit different. Yeah, so maybe offer it's not just about how long someone's been doing this, how long I've been doing this, but each person brings something unique and different. And that might really speak to people who need that difference, help them to get through what they're going through, to get where they're going more sweetly and more easily.
exactly. Same.
And it's fun
Yes.
too. And we get to talk about power animals, and my kitten walks in the room and we have to stop the camera and things. Or not, I don't know. Maybe we'll leave that bit in. We'll see. Only the people watching this will know at this point, and our future version of ourselves, because
Yeah.
the edited version.
Mm-hmm. Like the
Anyway,
version.
time to stop before I just rabbit on any further. See you soon. It was December now. Oh,
Thank
thanks.
you so much.
Have a great festive season, however you celebrate. Yes, Christmas.
Yes, yes, we'll stay in touch.
Bye bye to everyone watching. Bye for now.
Bye.